everybody, welcome to Keyboard Games Book B. Today we're going to be looking at page 11, Sinking. But first, let's sing Hello Song. Hello, hello, come sing with me, play with me and dance with me. We'll have lots of fun, you see, making music together. I'm going to sing My Snowman. Bum, 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 bum. And clunk the piano bench. While I sing this, would you help me pretend to make snow angels? So you can do this standing up or lying down. If you're standing up, you'll probably only be moving your arms. Here we go. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Bum, bum. Thank you for singing the resting tone with me. Go ahead and sing these minor tonal patterns after me, please. La, mi, la, mi, ti, si, mi, do, la, do, la. Thank you. I'm going to do a chant called Jumping Rope. While I do this, would you help me please move back and forth to the macro beats? And then at the same time, we're going to start patting our hands in front of our bodies to the micro beats. So the macro beats are do, 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 do. Remember to keep your toes on the floor. Your heels can go up as you go back and forth. Now we're going to add do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Keep patting. Here we go. Ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Keep patting and echo me, please. Do-ta-dee-do. 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 Do-ta-ta-ta-do. Do-ta-ta-ta-do. Do-ta-dee-do-da-dee. Do-ta-dee-do-da-dee. Thank you. I'm going to do the boxer. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. Ba-ba-bum-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. It's getting so easy that it just doesn't even sound right anymore. Oh, Dorian sounds so normal. All right, would you help me do the same thing that we just did? And we're going to pat the micro beats while I sing the boxer. Bum, 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 pat with me. Ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, bum. Thank you. Bum, bum. Thank you for singing that resting tone. Now we're going to do Little Brown Beagle, which is in Mixolydian. Ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. I'm going to sing something at the beginning and the end. You can echo me or you can just listen. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. resting tone is? Bum. Thank you. We're going to do some review and some things to get us ready for sinking. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to chant a triple meter chant, and I'd like for you to pretend that you're a boat floating on the water that is sinking. Here we go. Ba 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 ba. Down it goes. Poor boat. All right, so now I'm going to sing a song, and I'd like for you to pretend that you're walking along and you're picking flowers as you go on your walk. Ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum. Oh, love to smell the flowers. I'm going to play sinking, and I'd like for you to listen and think about whether you hear do-day moving in 2 or do-da-dee moving in 3. Here's what sinking sounds like. See what you think. So that is in triple meter. We're going to chant do-da-dees. So can you please chant triple meter microbeats, which is do-da-dee, do-da-dee, and pretend that you're pushing something down. Then we're going to try moving your hands while you chant. Here we go. Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. This time, can you help me chant those microbeats again? But we're going to move our hands this way. I would like for this hand, the right hand, to stay in one spot. The other hand is going to keep moving down toward the floor, and we're going to go back and forth from one hand to the other on every do. So it's going to look like this. Both going to start up high. Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. If you can go all the way down to the floor, starting with this hand. Do-da-dee, move with me. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Now can you do that again while I play the piece? Start with both hands up here. We start with this hand first. Do-da-dee, here we go. Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. Thank you. We're going to come back to that later. Right now we're going to review Valentine box. So if you remember, you play all of your keys going one direction while we chant our rhythm pattern chant, and then all of the keys going the other direction while we chant our rhythm pattern chant. Valentine box is soft and not too slow. So it sounds like this. Do-day, do, here I go. Oops, starts up here. Do-day, 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 do-day. Day, do-day, 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 do-day. chant that whole rhythm pattern chant before we start, when you play, in the middle, when you play again, and then at the end. So you chant that rhythm pattern chant 5 times if you're chanting with the introduction. You ready to play with me? And you can chant with me at the beginning, or you can just listen. Do, day, do, and here you go. Do, day, do, day, do, day, day, do, 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 day. Such a beautiful piece. Thank you for playing that with me. I hope that you keep playing that this week, and make sure you play it with track 9 or a helper at home so that they can play the duet part with you. By the way, helper at home. This duet part is not tricky to play. I'm going to go ahead and show you what keys you're going to need. So this is for one hand, this is for the other hand. And then to play, you start with your S1, which is your left hand. And just on macro beats, on do's, you go back and forth. Do, 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 do. If you can, you're also holding down the damper pedal for the entire piece. If you have only one pedal on your piano, that is the pedal. You keep your heel on the floor, just like if you're driving, and the ball of your foot is what is going to press the pedal down. If you have 2 pedals, that will be the pedal on your right. If you have 3 pedals, it will also be the pedal all the way on the right, and it sustains the sound. And you just play that all the way through. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. And help them chant the rhythm pattern chant in between. Have fun with that. All right, let's do a little bit more moving and singing before we come back to the piano. I'm going to chant Sunrise, and I'd like for you to help me do the same macro beat and micro beat movement that we did before. So we're going to go do, 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 do. We're in duple meter, so our hands are going to move like this. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day, here I go. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Keep moving. Echo me, please. Do, ta, do. Do, ta, do. Do, ta, do. Do, ta, do. Do, ta, ta, do. Do, ta, ta, do. Do, ta, ta, do, day. Do, ta, ta, do, day. If you notice, a couple of those rhythm patterns were in Sunrise. That's fun. I'm going to sing the Royal Guards. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. I am going to chant. I'm going to chant something at the beginning of this piece. It's the rhythm right away at the beginning, and it goes like this. Ba-bum. Or actually, we'll do it on ba. Ba-ba. And notice how I went down on my knees. I bounced on my knees a little bit. And I'm also, when I go down like that, I have my heels up in the air. Ba-ba. 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 Can you help me do that while I sing this piece? I'll show you when to do it. Bum, 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 move with me. Ba, 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 bum, ba, ba. And again. Ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, ba. Keep going. Ba, ba. Keep going. Ba, ba. Keep going. Ba, ba. Thank you. We're going to do some tonal patterns in major tonality. do, mi, so, mi, do, ti, do. Go ahead and sing these after me, please. Do, so, so, re, ti, ti, do, do. Thank you. We're going to do a little bit of improvisation. If you remember from last time, we did several different improvisations playing any keys on the piano that you wanted in triple meter. This week, we're going to do the same thing, but in duple meter. So I'm going to give you a rhythm pattern. I'd like for you to chant it 2 times and then play it using any keys on the piano 2 times. I'll chant it with you. All right, so let's get some duple meter going. Do, day, do, here I go. Do, day, do. Do, day, do, do, day, do. You know, that's a little strange, just to hear it once and then to chant it twice. How about if I chant it twice, then you chant it twice, and then you play twice? That'll be a little bit more logical. That'll be a more logical feel. Try again. Do, day, do, do, day, do. Do, day, do, do, day, play. Do, day, do, do, day, do. I just pretended to play that time because I didn't want to cover up your sound. So the next 3 rhythm patterns I'm not going to play at all. I'm just going to move my hand to show you when to start playing in case you have trouble. All right, next rhythm. Do, day, do, here I go. Do, day, to do, day, to do. Do, day, to do, day, to play. Do, day, to do, day, to do. Next rhythm. Do today, do today, do. Do today, do today, play. Do today, do today, do. I almost said play again. Last one. Do today to do today to do. Do today to do today to play. Do today to do today to do. If you had any trouble with those or that was just moving too fast to go from one rhythm to the other, I hope you go back and pause it in between each one so you have plenty of time to try things. You can also get some keys ready before you start to play, or you can play that on one key and then have a helper pause the video and then try playing it on whatever keys you want. Sometimes it's helpful to play on one key before you play more keys. So I hope you try it different ways if that pacing was a little bit too fast. All right, we're gonna move a little bit more and then we'll come and play Valentine Box. Find my spot over here. All right, I'm gonna sing Welsh Corgi. Ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. Can you please help me make circles while I chant something in this piece? Ba, 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 ba. I chanted it twice. Ba, 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 ba. There's once. Ba, 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 ba. Can you keep making circles while I sing the song? Ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. You had to go really slowly at the top of the circle to be able to go down and have that energy at the bottom. So if that was hard to time, I understand. That was a really slow top of the circle to be able to get down to the bottom of the circle with some energy. And here's our resting tone. Bum. Let's sing Fido. Ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. Can you help me feel like you're floating freely on a cloud? Ba, 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 bum. Thank you. Here's Chihuahua. Can you pretend that in your hands you have a fragile butterfly and you're going to rock it back and forth? Ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum bum. Ba 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 bum ba bum, ba 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 bum bum. Bum, bum. Just let it fly away. And last we'll do swinging. Ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. Can you please help me by taking your arms and exploring all of the space to your sides? Can be high space, middle space, low space, but it's your sides. Ba, 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 ba. Thank you. All right, let's come back to the keyboard and we are going to do an improv using Valentine Box. This is why I said earlier we're going to come back and play Valentine Box. You probably listened to that and said, that's not what we're learning today. We're not doing Valentine Box. Well, this is our second improv activity for today. So, I would like for you to look at Valentine Box. This is page 10. And notice all of the keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 keys that we have marked here on the piano for Valentine Box. We're going to use the rhythm pattern chant of Valentine Box and the keys of Valentine Box to make up our own Valentine Box song. So I'll give you some examples. What could that sound like? So you can use any of these keys as much as you want. You can just use one of them. You can repeat the keys as many times as you want, but we're going to play do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day, like in Valentine Box. So I'll go like this. Do, day, do, here I go. Do, day, do, day, do, day. I could go again now. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. Day, do, day, do, day. So you use any of those keys as much as you want. Or it can be all in one key. Day, do, day, do, day, do, day. So we're going to play 2 times, just at the same 2 times that you play in the piece. So I'll give you an intro, play your rhythm pattern using those keys in any order, any number of them, just 1 or 2, or you could use all of them. And then chant your rhythm pattern chant in between, don't play anything, and then play 1 more time. You can do it the same way the second time or a different way. You ready? And I'll pretend to play just to get you started. Here we go. Do, day, do, ready, play. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. Listen. Do, day, do, also do this at home. You can play this with your partner, your helper at home, who can play the duet part with you. Remember, helper, if you put the damper pedal down, that pedal all the way on the right, it's going to make the sound sustain. And so it'll have that really gentle sustain that we were just using. So go ahead and try that every day. See if you can make your own Valentine box song every day. And if you have one that you really like, would you record it, please, and show it to me? Because I would just love to hear that. All right, that's all for Valentine box for today. Now we're going to look at syncing. Grabbing my thing over here. So take a look at syncing. This is a lot of keys on the piano on page 11. This is a lot of keys that we're going to use, but it's the same 3 keys over and over. Now, it looks like you should have yourself sitting over here and then should keep scooching over to get this hand. I wouldn't do that. I would take this hand, your left hand, and put it on the lowest keys for the piece. This hand, your right hand, put it on the highest keys where the S1 is, and sit or stand right in the middle, in between those two. So you don't have to reach so far in any direction to play all of the keys. It means you'll be crossed over yourself just for the beginning. So if you need to, you can lean when you're sitting. You can lean over just a little bit so you don't have to cross quite so far, or you can sit just a little bit over this way. So this hand does a little more of the stretching. If you can't reach, you can move. It's okay. So let's just play the keys for this piece. So notice that we have the set of 2 black piano keys, and then there's the white key right in the middle. So that's what we do for our first thing here. We have our S1, we play this black key, and then the white key, and then the other black key. So those 3 make a little group. Then when we have our other hand, we do that same thing. The 2 black keys and the white key in between them. So the black key, then the white key, then the black key. When we move on down, we're going to use the same order. And then the same order again. So let's get ready for this. I'd like for you to help me now play just this hand. This hand is going to stay in one spot for the entire piece. The other one is going to tap in your lap. So it's going to go like this. Do-da-dee, here I go. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Can you do that with me? Notice that we're chanting a little soft and a little fast. So get your right hand ready on the piano, your left hand ready on your lap. You can still do this if you're standing. Here we go. Do-da-dee, here we go. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. We do that 4 times, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now we're going to play the left hand. This is the other hand. This hand is going to move down. It's going to play here, right where you have your S2, and then it'll play the next one over, and then the next one over, and then it'll play the next one over. But we still start with this hand, even though it's tapping. So if you put them together, it looks like this. Do-da-dee, play or listen. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Now, go ahead and play that with me just the same way that I did. If you already played it once, you get one more time to practice. So we're going to tap this hand and play this hand. Do-da-dee, here we go. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Now when we go to put the hands together, you can try doing one hand and then the other, just like the song is, or if you're having trouble, I'll give you a way to practice it. So we'll try it, both hands, and if you're having trouble, I'll show you a way to work on it. All right, here we go. Remember, this hand, your right hand stays in one place for the whole piece, and your left hand moves. Right hand is first. Do-da-dee, here we go. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Now that's a lot to remember, to have one hand in one spot and the other one moving. So if you're having trouble, try practicing it this way. We're only going to play the do keys, but we're going to chant everything. So that first black key is all we're going to play in each hand. So you can practice this hand being in one spot and this hand moving. It goes like this. Do-da-dee, here I go. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Even if you can already play the piece well, this is a way that can really help you remember it very well. Go ahead and play it that way with me, even if it's already easy for you to play the piece. So we're just playing our do notes, but we're chanting everything. Here we go. Do-da-dee, play and chant. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. And helpers, as you're helping at home, if you're having trouble keeping one hand in one spot and moving the other hand, you can either very, very gently just help this hand to stay in this spot, or you can very gently help this hand to move. Very, very gently. If you're trying to pull on the hand and the student is pushing back, that tension is not going to help. That's not going to help them learn the piece. So just very gently. You could even take a hand and just gently guide the arm to move this way. All they need is a reminder that the hand needs to move. And they'll probably not want to move the arm until the moment they have to play the next one. So that's okay. It'll work better physically, but be more challenging mentally for them to move this hand while this hand is playing. Move the left while the right hand is playing. So as my right hand plays, my left hand moves. That's physically easier to do, and it looks easy for me, but mentally that's quite a trick. So if you're finding that they're having just way too much resistance in this hand, just wait until closer to the time that this hand is actually ready to play and give them a gentle guide at that time. So watch out for that. Try it yourself. It's tough to move one hand while the other hand is playing, even though it looks easier, and it is easier once you can do it. All right, enough. So go ahead and practice this week. I would love to hear it. And if you already are an expert at this, I'm going to go ahead and play the duet part so you can play with me. Are you ready? Here, dude. Oops, I play at the beginning. Do-da-dee, play with me. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. last thing we're going to do today, we are going to review a piece that is not the next one in Book A. We're going to skip a whole bunch of pieces. We have gone the first 5 pieces right in a row, and we're going to skip to page 12 and look at climbing the mountain. Climbing the mountain. So this one is 2 hands on the 2 black keys. They're going to go back and forth on do, day, do, day. Both hands are going to move up. Both hands are going to move up. And both hands are going to move up. Let's try it. Loud and slow. I can even go more slowly. Do, day, here I go. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day. Remember, if you're having trouble moving from one spot to the next, see if while you're playing these keys, your eyes can already be looking at the next ones. This will help you with syncing too. All right, let's try it. Do, day, play with me. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day. I'll play the duet with you. The duet is just on do's. And it starts at the same time as you. Do, day, play with me. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do, day. I was going to look at the duet part today, but we will not because we spent a long time on syncing. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up for today and sing the goodbye song. Bye, bye, goodbye. Bye, bye, goodbye. What a shame we're ending today. Next time we will sing and play. Bye, bye, goodbye. Bye, bye, goodbye. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.